Hey, what's going on with it, ladies and gentlemen, ponies and gentlecolts? This is the one, the only Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendo Free 2011, also known as Manny Wolverine on DeviantArt and gmail.com/facebook.com/ZachronFree2012, and of course my last two, Nintendo Anime Manga Guy 360. Links below for sure if you want to check that third channel out. And of course, shout out to the Manga Guy, my Killing Floor Steam community thing. I'm using a lot of hand motion today. I just finished doing two other videos. I did a Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2 movie review, so definitely check that shit out. And of course, I did my Nickelodeon rant. I did that a couple hours earlier. So other than that, I'm a little tired because I just woke up from a nap too after I did those two videos. I was tired as shit. Went to the gym for a little bit, you know, and after that I relaxed the hell out, you know. Ate some Cheetos and hot fries and I was good to go. Sleep time. Did that for 3-4 hours and I woke up and I was like, you know what? I decided to do a video, you know? That's what I want to do. And I know you guys can't tell, but I'm wearing green pants. So it's not, excuse me, not green pants. Green shirt. I'm wearing the old school shit right there. Check that out. Some Hanes long johns. And of course, if I wanted to go all green, I would have worn this Mexican hat, but I'm going to do that for another video. So other than that, let's begin. So you read the title up there. I know it's a little bit of an awkward rant, but you know what? I decided, what the fuck? I might as well do that anyways. Excuse me for a minute. Had to let the door open because it's hard to breathe in here when it's closed. So yeah, I'm not claustrophobic or anything. I just wanted to know what was up. Mimi, what are you doing? Come on here. Sorry, my dog. You know how my chihuahua is. Come on here. That's her right there. A little camera shy, but that's how she is. She likes to be a little bit of an explorer. You know how it is. I showed her a couple of times on my Nintendo Free channel, maybe on this channel. But yeah, I'm going to put her down now. Good girl. Alright, so I had to talk to her like a baby because she's only a year old, but she's probably like 20, 30 years old in dog years, I guess. I don't know how that dog year shit goes. But yeah, Thanksgiving Thankfulness rant. Now, just yesterday, almost 2 days by now because it's almost 10:30 out here in the West Coast, you know. If anyone's out here in the West Coast, you know, besides Arizona, California, you know, I don't know if Utah counts as Midwest or West Coast or not, but I'm out here in Vegas. You already know what it is, 702 shit. It's going to be 725 pretty soon, which is going to be next year, 2013 or some shit, in November, December. But yeah, that's how it is. So, Thanksgiving Thankfulness rant. So, yeah, yesterday, two of my other roommates, what's it called? Me and my two other roommates, what was it? Some shit like that. I'm not sure what I was going to say, but I completely forgot, ran out of my head, like a bat out of fucking hell. But yeah, basically, two of my roommates decided to stay, so I took like a 4-day vacation, like to be with my family, my moms and my dads and pops and shit like that, you know. And yeah, the only two people I knew there was, it's going to sound embarrassing as fuck, was just my family, unfortunately. Because the last Thanksgiving I had, it was mostly with my roommates and shit. So I guess two of my other roommates decided to stay and shit like that. So I'm not going to get too much into detail where they went or what their family is because, you know, it's a little too personal for YouTube. So I'm going to keep it to a minimum. Long story short, their time was kind of miserable, unfortunately. Even though they were with family and shit too, like I was. But at least with my family, it was a lot cooler because my pops is always chill as fuck, you know, my mom's and shit. I'm not going to get too much into that because, you know, it's a little personal. So, like I said, I'm keeping it to a minimum. I'm not going to tell you too much. But yeah, you know, those were the only two people I really hung out with because I didn't really know anyone over there. It was mostly like my parents and family's other friends. I didn't really know them too well. And if I did, it's been like 6-7 years the last time I saw them because I've been living on my own almost 5 years already. Since 08, or maybe 09, I think. But yeah, you know, shit's tough out there, you know. And might I add you know, just for your information, FYI, there's nothing but Latinos over there, and when you have a lot of Latinos, you think there's going to be hardcore liquor and party, girls showing off their tits like Cancun, but it is not going to be like that at all since, you know, there were kids there, number one. Although it's kind of like a church gathering kind of thing, it wasn't really a wild, crazy kind of party get-together thing. It was more like down-to-earth, like a little bit of a Christian Catholic kind of thing. You know, they were a little strict over there, so I was like, I kind of had to be careful what I had to say over there. I can't really use profanity when people are going to church and shit. So yeah, that was number 2. And then number 3, it wasn't really my house. It was my family's friends of another friend's house. So I was like, I really didn't have too much authority. I couldn't really say too much. unfortunately, I had to be fake. Let's just leave it at that. And a lot of people spoke a lot of Spanish, you know. I do know some Spanish, but I don't know that much, so it's kind of awkward as shit. But yeah, you know, long story short, let's get to this rant. The point of the rant. A lot of people are just saying that, thought I was seeing shit. I thought I saw a moth in the house. Thank God it wasn't. It was just a coat hanger. But yeah, let me just get my drink real quick. Hold on. Yeah, so anyways, like I was saying, right, those are the two people I hung out with. I hung with my pops out more because, someone else kind of hanging out with my mom's, like, some family friend of an uncle. She was kind of hanging out with them more than my pops and me. Yeah, so that was the one person I was talking about. We talked a little bit here and there, seeing how things were going with me. I told him, yeah, you know, everything's all good. It's chill, you know. And I do talk to him like that because he used to be from the streets way back in the days. That's all I'm going to say at that. But yeah, you know, other than that, he was still a good father and shit. But other than all of that shit, I started hearing all these people thankful for, you know, all this shit, like, it was mostly about, I'm not trying to be a racist towards my people or anything, like a self-hating Mexican Puerto Rican, but I guess since I was born in the United States, I'll never know how this shit goes, especially if I was born in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, and in that area around the border. See, here's the thing, I don't understand any of that lifestyle. Most of them were just thankful they were in the United States, the best country in the world. The only way I could translate that Spanish into English is that, like, I'm thankful we got a good President Obama and shit like that. Oh, excuse me. Okay, never mind, I'm hallucinating. Oh, my pants are falling out. Thank God they weren't. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, they were saying how great Obama and shit was. I was there at my damn hardest trying not to say, oh, he's a puppet and he's an Illuminatus and a Freemasonish and shit. They have no idea what that shit is about at all. They're like 40, 50, 60 and up. Because, you know, the older people are, the less they do research and shit like that, and they have no idea what I would say even if I did say that. They probably would have thought me as crazy and they would have kicked me out their fucking house. And I didn't want to disrespect, so I just kept my mouth shut most of the time. Except it was me and my pops, we were just hanging out and chilling, you know, catching up on good old times and shit, see where our lives are headed these days. And, you know, we talked here and there, and, you know, it was right, you know. In a way, he's kind of a sheeple in a way, but he does know about, like, a lot of religious type of shit, which I'm not going to get into, because I know you don't want to hear about God and Jesus and shit like that. Unless any of my viewers out there, like, they go to church every day, you know. Hey, more power to you, man. That was the first time in, like, 3.5 years I went to a little church house, you know, so it was kind of like a little retreat thing. But thank God it's over, because I cannot stand that fucking place. And no offense to any Christian Catholics or any other religion out there, it's just, I'm not a real fan of it. I mean, I do believe in Jesus and God and stuff like that, even though I cuss. I watch a lot of porn and shit, but you know, other than that, you know, at the end of the day, he's my Lord and Savior, and, you know, I'm good with that, you know? Other than that, let's not make this about religion and politics, you know. Another thing I really like about what people were thankful for is that, like, besides the government, they were kind of making the government think they were, like, you know, what's it called? Fucking, they were gods and stuff like that. And, you know, if some Catholics, they thought that would have been funny. Other ones that were Christian would have thought that was very disrespectful. My thought, I was just kind of shaking my head most of the time. Some people kept looking at me, like, why is he shaking his head? They were saying, like, Spanish and shit. It's like, oh, no, nothing. I just got a little bit of an itch on my neck, so I just did this most of the time. And then last but not least, what pissed me the fuck off that people were thankful for is that, like, we're thankful for all this good food that we're going to have. And, you know, I'm not one to argue when it comes to food, but we're worshiping like it was freaking God's second coming. You know what? What kind of shit is that, really, you know? Other than that, you know, that's all I really have to say on this rant. Try to keep it short to a minimum. Hopefully it wasn't over 10 minutes. If it was, I'm terribly sorry, you know, in the bottom of my heart. So, oh yeah, and after that, me and my pops, we went over to Target. We only went there like 2 minutes to check out how it was. We were going to go in, but then we saw some fights break out and shit, so I was like, we are getting the fuck out of there. So we just hopped in the car and got out. Because after that, the SWAT team was starting to show up. So I was like, hey, yeah, we're definitely getting the fuck out of here if the pigs are showing up. Because he doesn't like the police like I do, thank God. It's father like son, you know? But anyways, that's all I got to say. See you when I see you. Is what it is. Ain't what it ain't. Peace the fuck out. I'm gone. I'm getting the fuck out of here. And, yeah, happy late Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Oh, and I really feel sorry for a lot of people that had to work on Black Friday. I feel for you. 2 years ago, I used to work for a grocery store. We had this thing called First of the Month. It was very fucking dreadful, very fucking stupid. I really hated that time of the month where, No offense to black people, there's a lot of black people that used to, you know, argue if he was going to get the last fucking bread and shit like that, or fucking fruitcake, or ice cream, whatever the fuck kind of goddamn food there was out there. I feel for you guys. I know what it's like. I can relate. I never done anything like Black Friday related, but I've done some shit, you know, first of the month, you know, grocery store related shit. So I feel for you guys. So hopefully you got to spend time with your family that day too, because, you know, sometimes family is important at the end of the day. All right, I'm seeing you later. Goodbye. I'm out. Have a good day. Have a good night. See you soon. Later.